what was the other boss in Dark Souls 3?
Oh, Aldrich, the Devourer of Gods.
Ah.
Yeah, yeah. But I like this boss. It's actually a personal favorite in Dark Souls 3 for me.
Mm-hmm.
But it's the Arrow Barrage, more specifically the Phase 2.
Really? Okay.
Yeah, I know you can outrun it. I know that's like the whole strategy. But it always just catches me off guard. I always feel like my stamina just runs out just as I'm about to escape and I get clipped.
Hmm.
It's like, because it reminds me of the move, Morgott uses in the second encounter where he brings the daggers down from the sky.
Yes.
That's what it always reminds me of, but I think it was done better with Morgott.
All right. All right. So how do you? I think I don't know if you. How do you usually avoid this attack? The arrow barrage.
All you really have to do is outrun it,
Mm-hmm.
like by sprinting. But I've always found like it does work, but I've always just found that my stamina just runs out as I'm about to get out the final hitbox, and I just get clipped. And because obviously it's a homing attack, it becomes quite an issue. But I've also seen other players say, well, if you hide behind a pillar, you'll be fine. But the arrows just kind of separate around it. So I don't know if that's like a pretty, I guess, pretty patch, like first patch maybe, when Dark Souls 3 came out.
Mm-hmm. So let's see. I'm trying to make sure I have the right arrow attack. In the guide, it says you will see Aldrich rely on his best attack much more often. After slowly pulling out a magical bow, Aldrich summons a wave of arrows that rains down all over the field. They'll retarget often, trying to get you. You have to stay mobile during the rain of arrows, or else you'll take cruel, unfair, and lethal damage.
Oh, it
Uh,
is. It's lethal damage.
oh, they have a
100%.
typo in here.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, that's common actually in the strategy guides. They spell far with two A's.
Wow, how's that? I would have expected two R's, but not two A's.
So it's run as far away from the boss as you can before he even has the bow out. What before he even has the bow out? I mean, how? I mean, you got to be able to read the telegraph.
Yeah, I was gonna say I don't even think there's an animation that you would really, associate with that move because he spawns in and then just pulls it out.
Yeah,
It,
so I
it,
don't know.
it's a weird one.
Yeah, I can't necessarily agree with that strategy guy. Why are you saying that?
Yeah, I mean, because in my opinion, well, in my experience, sorry, it's always been that he spawns in and then like from under the ground, and then he just has the bow out because I don't think there is an animation, or if there is, it's a very small detail that I've completely missed all these years.
But how they wrap it up, they say if you try to trade damage with him inside the arrow rain, he'll win and you won't feel good about it.
Complete lies, because I beat him. I actually have a video of that on my channel where he does the arrow barrage, and I mistimed the roll to get out, and I committed to killing him, and I got the last hit in before the arrows killed me. So strategy guy's lying a little bit. You can
Yeah, I mean,
still win. You
it
just
can't
gotta
be
believe.
perfect. So they actually do say for this fight use maximum magic resistance, extra HP, and extra damage. You can
Just
also.
use fire.
I'm sorry.
Just use fire damage. That's what I would say.
Yeah. You can also consider lowering your equipment load by taking shields, ranged weapons. It's basically just telling you, you can still, do whatever. All right. So this attack, do you know what this attack is very similar to?
Oh yeah, actually, yes. I have a good reference on this one. General Radon.
Yep,
You
that's
know
it.
the arrow attack, that's the one.
Uh huh.
Where he sends them down in a big line, that's the attack.
Now
And it's
here's
done better.
now
You can
here's
dodge.
so you do consider Radon's version better.
Yeah, I think it fits a little bit more with his fight because of the size of the arena. You actually feel like you can escape it
Mm-hmm.
compared to Aldridge, which I get it's a different game, and I get Dark Souls 3 is obviously a little bit linear. Well, actually, not a little bit. It's obviously more linear. So I get they were using the formula that they've been using for years, but I just feel like the arena that Aldridge is in is way too small
So
for that attack.
What about on foot though? I mean, yeah, we have torrent, but what about evading it on foot like you would with Aldrich's attack?
You know, I've never had that issue. Actually, when I'm on foot against Radahn, he tends to do gravity attacks.
Okay,
Kind of, yeah. I've not really experienced the arrow attack like that, unfortunately.
I would
His
have
homing arrow, I have.
I would have to further analyze it because I don't really have a straight answer which one is handled better on foot.
Yeah, I think in terms of if you would count sprinting and torrent, you know, for the mobility, I guess it would be definitely Radahn's fight.
Hmm.
But on foot, yeah, I haven't got enough experience with that to really give an answer either.
Now, now Radon does have a an arrow spray similar, a little well. Aldrich's arrow spray is a little bit more uniform than Radon's. His is kind of, I think his is more vertical, and Aldrich's is horizontal.
Yeah, I think Radahn's one tends to curve with the player a bit
Yeah.
on the tracking, as with Aldrich, it's pretty much a straight line.
Okay. That's another tech I just thought of. I can't wait to see in the strategy guide is how to avoid his gravity blast, which you can use torrent. I'm pretty sure the Elden Ring. I'm pretty sure the strategy guide is just going to say get on torrent and run away from the gravity pull.
I think that whole fight is based on torrent. I think that's
Yeah.
what they were trying because the arena is so big. I think it's
Yeah.
well done for what it is, but
Hmm.
I think torrent was definitely the emphasis in that fight.
I've seen someone do a no roll without torrent, but it's extremely tedious with a lot of RNG. And when I saw that, I was like, you know what? That's too much RNG for my interest.
Yeah, you've got to call it quits sometimes, isn't it? You got to
Yeah, I'm
know
like,
when you
I don't
beat.
care. I'm going to use torrent. I'm going to roll. I probably could have done it without rolling, but still, I'm going to use torrent because that gravity pull attack can go somewhere else.
It's so annoying, isn't it, when you think you're just out the range and you get pulled back in just a little bit.
Yeah, and you take damage from it. It wouldn't be as bad
Yeah,
if you didn't take damage from it, but you do.
yeah, that's caught me out so many times.